going to learn about the diseases caused by the protozoa, adapted from chapter 16, diseases. Before learning the diseases caused by protozoa, let us learn what is a protozoa. Protozoa is nothing but an unicellular and complete nucleus. First, malaria. Malaria is caused by a pathogen or protozoa, Plasmodium vivax and Plasmodium falciparum, with a vector, female Anopheles mosquito. Here is an image of Plasmodium vivax and this is female Anopheles mosquito. So let us see how this occurs. When a mosquito bites an infected person, the parasite in the infected body is sucked by this mosquito. So the parasite starts to multiply in the mosquito's body, and now this mosquito is called as a malaria vector because it is going to spread malaria. So automatically when this mosquito bites the healthy person, immediately the person falls ill. So what happens when this person affects with malaria? The parasite multiples and affects the liver cells of the person and destroy the RBCs of the person. So what are the symptoms? Chills and high fever are repeated on the third and fourth day. The incubation period is about 3 weeks. Treatment. The drugs like quinine, polidrine, camoquine are useful in the treatment. So where does it occur? It occurs in the hot and humid areas like our equatorial region. Prevention. Control measures like avoiding getting a mosquito bite by using mosquito repellents and nets. So these are the drugs like polidrine, camoquine and quinine. So the next disease we are going to learn is amoebic dysentery, which is also known as amoebiasis. Amoebic dysentery is affected by a kind of amoeba called ant amoeba histolytica. We learned in before lessons, right? So this is how ant amoeba histolytica looks like. How does it? It is caused by a contamination of food by our public enemy, which is houseflies. So when we eat that contaminated food, we get amoebic dysentery. So this amoebic dysentery mainly affects the lining of the large intestine. This causes the destruction of lining of the large intestine. So this leads to the diarrhea and discharge of mucus and even blood in the stools. So the incubation period is about 1 week. So how do we prevent it? By proper sanitation and protecting food from dust and flies prevents the spreading of this disease. As disease is caused by the contamination of food, so the food should be prevented, right? So next one we are going to learn is sleeping sickness. So the sleeping sickness is caused by a pathogen of protozoa, Trypanosoma brucei gambians and Trypanosoma brucei rhodesians. And the sleeping sickness is also known as trypanosomiasis. So the vector is CC fly. So if we observe in this diagram, Trypanosoma brucei has a slightly projected flagellum. So this Trypanosoma brucei is a flagellated protozoan, right? So here is the image of the CC fly. So what are the symptoms? In the first stage, that is the first part, the symptoms are fever, headache, joint pains and itching. Second stage is also called as a neurological phase because it affects the brain. So this leads to poor coordination, confusion, numbness, and trouble in sleep. So how do we treat it? By taking drugs like Malaria and etc. So let's take a small quiz. So first one. Malaria destroys dash of the person when it multiplies. As I said before, malaria destroys what? It destroys RBCs of the person, right? So second one. Amoebic dysentery is caused by, we studied in before lessons also. It is nothing but Amoeba histolytica. So third one, name a pathogen that causes sleeping sickness. Again, it's nothing but Trypanosoma brucei or we can also take Trypanosoma brucei. So fourth one, very easy one. What is a vector of malaria? Isn't it easy? It is nothing but female Anopheles mosquito. So next one, vector of sleeping sickness is nothing but CC fly. So this question is bit important. Does amoebic dysentery have a vector? See, malaria had a vector and sleeping sickness had a vector. Does amoebic dysentery have a vector? Absolutely no. Because amoebic dysentery is a pathogen and itself is a vector. So once a pathogen of malaria disease enters and multiplies in the mosquito's body, so the mosquito is called as I told you before, it is called as the malaria vector because it is going to spread the malaria. So next, last one. Amoebic dysentery affects dash of the person. Very easy. What does it affect? Large intestine of the person, right? So this is our small test.